Hey guys, Ant here from Muff Squad with another video. This time another 2010 matchup here. I'm on the left playing Glaceon. This is my round 2 of our 2010 tournament, and on the right it's Danny Ultifield playing LuxChomp. So he's going to go ahead and go first. He's going to just attach a call energy onto his active Driftblim FB, and he's going to, so call energy says that if it's attached to your active Pokemon, you can search your deck and put 2 basic Pokemon onto your bench, and then your turn ends. So he's going to go ahead and be able to find his deck here for 2 basic Pokemon. He's going to grab a Unknown Q with the Quick ability and a Luxray GL. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. I have a Spiritomb active, so both players cannot play item cards while Spiritomb is active. And I have bench and EV, so I get 2 EVs. I'm going to play Roseanne's for a water energy and most likely a ball toy here. So I can start setting up Play Doh. So Spiritomb is really good because he has a free attack. It's called Darkness Grace, if you're not familiar with it. Free attack, and you put a damage counter on him, and you can search your deck and evolve one of your Pokemon on your bench. So I attach a water energy to the EV, and I'm just going to use Darkness Grace and evolve that ball toy right into a Claydol and ending my turn. So Danny's going to go ahead, draw for turn. He uses Unknown Q for the free retreat. Unknown kind of becomes like an escape board, -1. He's going to level up. So Luxray level up has Bright Luck, where when you evolve it, the turn you level up, it's kind of like in Rock Jigs, you can bring up any Pokemon you want. He's going to attach a energy gain onto it, and he's going to also play Cyrus Conspiracy. So Cyrus Conspiracy says you can search your deck for an energy card, a supporter card, and a trainer card that has Team Galactic invention in its name. So there's several inventions that he has. He has a energy gain, you could get Poke Turn, you could get Power Spray, SP Radar. He's going to play SP Radar. SP Radar says you can put a card from your hand into your deck and grab any SP Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and grab a Garchomp, and then he's just going to use Flash Impact for the knockout and then put 30 onto the Driftbloom. So I draw for turn. I'm going to promote the Tomb again. I'm going to play a Broken Time Space, allowing both players to evolve. You don't have to wait a turn to evolve, you can just evolve right away. I'm going to go ahead and play Judge. We're both going to shuffle up and draw 4 here. So I'm still sitting on my guys. He obviously just chased the energy, slowing me down here. So I need to kind of start getting some more energies and more EVs into play. So a good thing is that he already Bright Look, so I have the 2 active, so he can't Poke Turn and reset the Luxray and de-evolve it, put it back to his hand, and then bench it for a future turn. So it is slowing him down due to the fact that I do have the 2 active. I get the water onto the EV, and I'm probably most likely going to evolve it into a Glaceon here. Now Glaceon is the main focus of my deck. So here you can see he has a Frostwind body that when he's active, all my Pokemon take 10 less damage. And then I mainly use the Ice Bind attack for water and a double colorless. It does 50 damage, and if my opponent doesn't discard a card from their hand, they're paralyzed. So I just want to get them down to small hand sizes. I also control their top deck with a Slowking tech that I play, and yeah, so just forcing them to either take the paralysis or discard a card and just start like ruining their hand. So Danny's going to go ahead on his turn. He can take the knockout with Flash Impact again. I believe he played a... It's hard to see with the glare. I'm not sure what he played there, but looked like it was a collector. Yeah, I think it is a collector because he's searching. Yeah, or maybe it was a Roseanne's. If he gets one more basic, then we'll know it was a collector. So he is going to grab the Roserade and the Uxie. I think it was a collector because I think he's still searching for a third option. Let's see here. So as of right now, he's grabbing the Roserade and he's grabbing the Uxie. I believe he has a 3-card hand, maybe 4. So Uxie will possibly be seeing some more cards to draw this turn. And yeah, it was most likely a Roseanne that he grabbed 2 basics. He's going to bench the Roserade, and he sets up. He benches Zooks. He's going to set up for 5, I believe. So he's establishing his board here. He is under item lock, so we can't see Poke Turn again. We can't see like energy gains or anything. But let's see here what he ends up doing. So he's gonna go ahead and bring up the Roserade, and what that has, the Roserade GL has Poison Bind for colors that does 10 damage, poisons you, and you can't retreat. So I think he's just going to set up, start poisoning. I think that he works it out where the Spiritomb actually dies going into his turn. So he does poison it. He's going to use Poison Bind. I go to 3, and then with the poison effect, I believe I go to 4. I should be at 4. I guess we missed that. I should be at 4 because I used 2 Darkness Graces, and then I take 20. So, it's unfortunate that we did miss that there. But I am going to play Roseanne here. I'm going to grab a EV, and I believe that's a Slowpoke. A Slowpoke to set up my Slowking. I do attach a DCE onto the Glaceon on my bench, so that's ready to go. I benched both those that I just Roseanne for. I'm going to evolve into the Slowking. So I do have the Slowking online now, and now Slowking has an ability called Second Sight. Now what that does is before every turn, I can either target my opponent or myself and look at the top 3 of either opponent's deck and rearrange the cards any way I like. So after I judge and I rearrange their top deck, giving them deck cards, and then using the Glaceon attack to hopefully they discard cards, you know, just kind of give them dead hands. And all the meanwhile, while Glaceon level X is active, they don't have Pokemon powers either for extra draw. So I go ahead and use the Second Sight here. He's showing me the top 3 of his deck here, so I'm most likely going to put the Uxie level X active because he has to, you know, in order for him to level up, the Uxie does have to be active here. So it is a kind of a dead card as of now. So he does, yeah, we confirm that that's the order I want. And then I'm just going to use Darkness Grace here. I evolve into the Glaceon, so I go to 4 and then 5 for the poison. I actually should have been knocked out this turn, but we didn't realize that. But that could have made a huge difference here, because he could have potentially put more damage onto something else. So that was a huge mishap that we didn't seem to catch here. But you know, just a friendly tournament here. It was no malicious intent. We both seem to have missed that, but it's unfortunate. But Danny's gonna go ahead and play a Pokemon Collector here. He gets to search his deck for 3 basic Pokemon. So he is going to go for probably a Flash Bite on active, KO on the active, and then I bring something up into. He's going to do damage to that, but he could have avoided that as well. Like, he's just wasting resources for something that he would have had a knockout, because that could have potentially, he could have got a knockout on something else. He could have, I don't know, like Flash Bit something else and then did 80 with Garchomp or something, using items as well. So he plays a Collector. I saw he grabbed a Unknown G, a Crobat, and I'm not sure if he grabbed something else. I missed it, but he is going to Flash Bite the active, I believe, taking that knockout. He's going to go to 5 prizes. No, 4 prizes remaining because he killed an EV. I'm going to promote the Glaceon that has no energy. So all my Pokemon take 10 less damage. So if he uses Dragon Rush from Garchomp level X, it'll only do 70 to all my Pokemon. So like Claydol's protected, and so is Slowking. So I wonder what he does here. I mean, he does have access to items now, so maybe we might see a Poke Turn, so he could at least bring up that Luxray back to hand, so he could use Bright Look again. He's going to manually retreat into Uxie. He will level up. He's going to use trade-off. Now, Uxie's level of X is Pokemon Power trade-off. Says you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, take one, and put the other one on the bottom of the deck. Very strong ability. Once you have it for the rest of the game, you can just keep using it every turn. He does attach to the LuxChomp, I believe, and just passes. So, on my turn, I'm gonna bench Unknown Q. I'm gonna ask if I could use the Quick ability, because since he has 3 SP Pokemon, SP decks play Power Spray, and if they have 3 SP Pokemon, they have actually a trainer card that they can play on my turn. If I use the power, they can negate that power with the Power Spray. So I asked if I could use Unknown Q. I do. I'm going to attach a water to the active as well, giving my Glaceon a free retreat now because of the Unknown Q. I'm going to use a Roseanne's Research. Get to search either 2 basics or 2 energies, or a combination of basics and energies. So I'm going to grab Uxie and Eevee. I'm going to go back in. Yeah, I'm going to play the Pokecomp, put back the Uxie, probably grab a level X here. I grab the Glaceon level X. So the Glaceon level X has a Poke Body where when he's active, my opponent cannot use Poke Power. So it's kind of a locking card that I want to keep active. So I'm going to retreat and bring up the fully powered Glaceon. I'm going to level up here. Now my opponent has no Pokemon powers. And I attempt to use Second Sight. I asked Danny. Oh no, I believe I attempted to use Cosmic Power. Now I'm attempting to use Second Sight. So now I get to rearrange his top 3. Yeah, so he lets me use that. So he has a Lucario, a Call Energy, and a DC. I most likely put the Lucario on top. His bench is full, so that really is a kind of a dead card as of now. So I'm going to go ahead and use Ice Bind here for 50, forcing him to either take the paralysis or having to discard a card. So again, this is kind of the lock that I want to set in place. I mean, I would want to judge initially first before I start doing this. So he ends up not taking paralysis and discarding a Luxury Ball. So now I ask him, he has 6 cards in hand as of now. So if it was a judge and then I did that, he would have a 3-card hand with a bad top deck. So as you can see, that's the strategy my deck aims to shoot for. So now he doesn't have Pokemon power, so now he can't trade off. He can't do any he can't heal with Healing Breath from LuxChomp levels, C level X. So he's gonna play another Cyrus, and again, Cyrus just lets you find a supporter card, a basic energy, and a trainer card that has Team Galactic's invention in its name. So he does grab a Power Spray, I believe that was, a Lightning Energy, and another Cyrus. So Cyrus Conspiracy tends to find other Cyruses, so you could just find pieces for your next turn and play out your next turn optimally. So he is going to play a Cyrus on this turn. He would have to manually retreat because he can't, he has to manually retreat. Or, I mean, he could play a War Point actually. So he's going to play the energy to manually retreat. He's going to bring up the Luxray level X here. And he can just Bright Look. He's going to Flash Impact for 50 because of my Pokemon body from Frostwind where I take 10 less damage. And he's going to put 30 onto the Drifloon again. So I'm going to go ahead and play Judge here. So again, this is the lock that I'm shooting for. Now he's going to have a 4-card hand. I'm going to possibly give him a bad top deck with the Second Sight from Slowking. And hopefully forcing him to discard a card from his hand. So he'll at the end of my turn, he'll have a 3-card hand with a bad top deck. So while I'm doing damage as well, so it puts a lot of pressure and just kind of locks him down. So I'm gonna attach an Expert Belt to my active Glaceon. I'm gonna attempt to use Cosmic Power. Again, I have to ask him, since he does have 3 SP Pokemon, to see if they want to use Power Spray or not. He does allow me to use the Cosmic Power. I'm going to attempt to use Second Sight. I'm going to target his top 3 to rearrange his top 3. and he allows it. So he has a call energy, a Garchomp C, and an energy gain. So I forget what I give him the call energy, which is fine. Actually, I shouldn't have given him the call energy. Well, it's kind of I should have given him the energy gain. Actually, not like looking back at it, because he does have an energy on the Garchomp on his bench. So if he had, like, if I gave him the Garchomp level X, he could have just leveled up, and then maybe he has an energy in hand. I think that's a DC attached, so he would just need an energy. Where if I gave him the energy, he probably has the Garchomp level C in hand. So I don't know. Maybe I should have just gave him the energy gain. Looking back. So I am going to use Ice Bind for 70. He's either going to have to take the paralysis or discard. So he's going to discard a Luxray level X here. And he's going to have a 3-card hand, and it's going to do 70 damage to the active. So he's going to go ahead and draw for turn. And let's see how he plays it. So his top deck was a call energy. So we will be seeing an attachment here. Sorry, someone just joined our match there. They just wanted to watch. But I do have a 4-card hand. Let's see how this plays out. There is a Glare on Danny's bench, but I believe that is the one card is a Garchomp with the DCE, and the other one's a Drifblim with a Q attached to it. And I believe that has 60 damage on it as well. So he's gonna free retreat. The Luxray has a free retreat. It's changing his mind. So he's gonna free retreat, bringing the Roserade back up. Probably will be seeing a Poison Bind here. So Poison Bind won't do 10 damage because of my Pokemon power, but I do take the 10 from the poison. So initially I would take 2 counters, but I only take 1 instead. So I'm poisoned. I attach a DC to my bench Glaceon, and I'm gonna play a Pokemon double Poke Healer. So a Poke Healer says if you play 2 of them from hand, you could heal 80 damage, and it's all special conditions. So I just completely erased the poison there and the damage that I had on me. I'm gonna attempt to use Cosmic Power, which I do. He allows me to use. Draw some cards. I'm going to attempt to use Second Sight, rearrange his top 3, which I don't think he did a deck search, so it should be a Garchomp energy gain and something else. Yeah. So here, see, so I think I give him the energy gain at this point. I'm going to give him the BBs. So I give him the BBs, which could be annoying, but I'm not sure if that was correct or not. And I will be doing 70 damage. I will be doing Ice Bind for 70 damage here, and forcing. He's gonna take the paralysis, so he doesn't want to discard. So that tells me that he actually has some pretty good pieces. Oh no, he's actually gonna change his mind and discard the Garchomp level X. So he does take the 70 damage, and that'll be the end of my turn. He's gonna go ahead and draw for turn. And he's just gonna Poison Bind here for I just take 1 counter because of my Pokemon body. And then on my turn I'm gonna use Second Sight. I give him the Garchomp. So there was a DC. I definitely didn't want to. I mean, see, these are just annoying pieces because, like, those are all just Dragon Rush away, like, a pieces to Dragon Rush. So I attach a water to the active and I use an Avalanche here. I get a Tails. It does 90 damage to the active, but if I get a Heads, it would do 20 to the bench. I just kind of wanted to get, like, the extra damage on the bench. So I take my prize. I kill that Roserade. I go to 5. I'm still poisoned. He's gonna bring up the Luxray again, so he could Flash Impact for 50, putting damage onto his board. Or let's see if he has a Dragon Rush this turn. And since my Glaceon level X is active, if he were to retreat into Garchomp and level up, healing breath would not go into play, so he will not heal all his Pokemon there. So that's really good. So most likely we will be seeing a Flash Impact for 50 because of my body, but then he'd have to put 30 somewhere on his bench. So it'd be interesting to see what he does here. I forget what he ends up doing. I think he's just doing math to see how many turns will I die from poison if I don't retreat. And like the poison is kind of annoying because like in order for me to remove that effect, I either need to play another double Poke Healer or I need to retreat. But if I retreat, I lose the Chilly Breath Pokebody because it needs to be active, allowing him to get Pokemon powers back. So it's kind of annoying because like I have to leave this thing active, and I don't play switch cards like Warpoint or Switch, so I would have to manually retreat, but then I can't bring them back up. So the poison definitely puts a tremendous amount of pressure onto this Glaceon. So he is going to use a Flash Impact for 50. With my poison, I go up to 80, and then he's going to put the 30 on his Crobat, so I'm going to draw for turn. So I currently have I have the Espeon on my bench as well. I forgot to mention. So Espeon gives all my evolutions plus 20 HP. So currently this Glaceon with an Expert Belt has 140 HP. So I have 80 damage on me. I have 60 HP remaining after the poison, 50 HP. But I'm gonna play a Judge, shuffle up. We're both gonna draw 4 here. The Luxray GL is at 70 damage. It has 40 HP left, so I will be taking a knockout with Ice Spine or Avalanche. So I think I want to try using an Avalanche attack here, just again to get that 20 damage spread onto his bench. Just setting up good math here. So let's see if I could get. I'm asking to use Cosmic Power. I do have 4 cards in hand, so I think he's just seeing if he wants to see if he has the spray or not. So he allows that to happen. I'm gonna put some cards back in, draw some cards, and then I still have a second sight. So I attempt to use second sight here, and I'm gonna probably target his top 3. So after a Judge, I'll give him a Luxray for sure here. I'm giving him the Luxray, and we definitely will be seeing a knockout here. I just don't know what attack I end up using. I don't know if I use Ice Spine. So I mean, Ice Spine would be bad just due to the fact that he doesn't have to discard. He could just take the paralysis since he gets knocked out. That's why I just used Avalanche here, and I do flip ahead, so it is a 20 snipe across his board, putting that Crobat at 50. I believe Uxie is now at 70. Garchomp has 20 on it, and that Drifblim, I believe that Drifblim is dead due to the Avalanche. So I do take 2 prizes that turn, so that was a good play. I'm going to 3 prizes to Danny's 4, and then I go to 90 because of poison. So he's going to promote Crobat because it has a free retreat, and he could Poke Turn it as well. So currently his bench is a Uxie level X that has 70 damage, and a Garchomp with a DCE that has 20 damage. So his attackers as of right now, I mean, we could see him bringing up the Uxie and then using Uxie's attack to send it back into the deck, so to heal away that damage as well. That could be good. That actually might be a smart play, just because he's probably not going to be able to use trade-off as long as his Glaceon's active. So just like potentially saving a prize off of his bench is good. Yeah, so I asked him if he can move his cards to the right because of the glare. So as you can see, it is a Garchomp with 20 damage and a DC, and an Uxie level X with 70 damage. So I know his top deck was the Luxray GL, not the level, just the regular Luxray. So we could see him bench that. He is down 2 the 2 Luxrays are in his discard pile, but there is Premier Ball and Aaron, so you will have access to those again in the future. But just wondering what he ends up doing here. Can he possibly take a knockout is my question. So I'm at 90 and I have 140. He would have to hit me for 60 damage this turn. Or 60, or he could hit me for 40. He could hit me for attack. He has to do a base damage of 50 and then the poison would go into effect. So I wonder if there's something that would do 50 damage. So he's going to Poke Turn the LuxChomp, get that DCE back, bring up Ampa Bomb, bench the Luxray and the LuxChomp here. Very strong play. And his hand was pretty good off of the Judge. He will be benching both of those. And we probably will be seeing a tailcode here. So he's going to move a DCE to my Claydol. And I do take the 10 damage from poison. So I'm just going to draw for turn. So not a bad move. I mean, again, the poison is annoying to deal with, so it does. I can't retreat this thing, so he knows that it has to stay active, and he could just kind of do some stall turns to slow me down, but to buy him time as well. So I play a Pokecom here. I believe I failed that. I just put back a Pokemon. I'm probably gonna attempt to use a Cosmic Power from Claydol here. So I do have access to Ice Blade still. I do have 2 waters attached to the active. So I could snipe. It does 30 to any of his Pokemon. So I could snipe the Crobat or the Uxie level X here. I think the Crobat is the main target here, just because he could Poke Turn that and get more access out of it, where Uxie's kind of a dead card. So he does let me use the second sight. That's his top 3. I'm most likely probably going to give him a Power Spray here out of these cards, because I don't want him having access to, I give him the Power Spray. Just, I don't mind if he plays the Power Spray. I don't want him recovering cards with Via Seeker, using other trainer cards, or Aaron's giving him like recovery and giving him some Luxrays back, because he does have the other Luxray in. But even though he can't Bright Look as long as this thing is active, I just don't want to give him access to those now. So I do have a potential prize card here with the Ice Blade attack. So I just wonder what I target here. I think the correct target would be Crobat, just taking away an SP from his board, and also taking away a Poke Turn target for him as well. So let's see what I end up taking out here. I'm gonna go ahead and use Ice Blade, so 30 anywhere, and I'm gonna kill the Uxie. I think that was incorrect, so I go to 2 prizes. I think that was very incorrect. I should take the 10. Yeah, I do take the 10 for poison. I'm currently at 110 HP. I have 30 HP remaining, and his top deck was a Power Spray. So let's see if he could attack here. He still has 4 prizes. I think he just passes and actually does Tailcode. So Tailcode would do nothing. And I take it. Actually, yeah. It does 20 damage, minus 10. Yeah, so I take 10 damage because of my minus 10 and then the poison. So just chipping away at this thing. I'm going to use BBs here. Put back something. And I grab a Claydol. BTS is still alive, so I could just evolve right into this Claydol if I have the ball toy in hand. I do have the ball toy. I evolve into the Claydol right away because of broken time space. So I have access to 2 Cosmic Powers. So even if he negates one with Power Spray, which he does have in his hand, I could still have an opportunity to steal Cosmic Power with my second one. So it's kind of good to get 2 Cosmics against this. But he allowed me to use Cosmic Power, so that leads me to think that he's going to negate the second sight. He probably needs to see some cards here, so he will Power Spray that. So he does need to see his top deck, which I think his top deck is the Aaron's. So he will be getting some energy and Pokemon guaranteed next turn, which could be huge. And looking back, just because I know how this game played out, that was huge because the Roserade is what. So I do Ice Blade and kill the Crobat, going to my final prize. The Glaceon dies this turn, so he goes to 2 prizes. So this was the beginning of my downfall. This is where I screwed up. So I have to promote here. I should have promoted the Glaceon just because I get the minus 10 off everything, and he can't like Garchomp kill something with Dragon Rush. I end up promoting this Espeon here. So let me just show you what this Espeon does here. So the Espeon is just for the extra for the body, just so I get plus 20. It has a 1 retreat cost. So I assume that if I had to sacrifice something, I didn't want my Slowking dying. I don't want my Claydolls dying. And the Clay, like I should have, if anything, I should have promoted a Claydol with the DCE. But I mean, I should have promoted the Glaceon, but I didn't. And this is where the beginning of my downfall occurs, because as you'll see shortly. So he does have the Arons. He is going to play the Arons. So he gets back a combination of SP, Pokemon, and energies from his discard pile. So he's going to grab a Roserade and a Psychic Energy. So Roserade, as you can see here, with the Poison Bind, but I can't retreat. So he Poke turns the Ampabomb. He's gonna attach the Psychic, and he's just gonna Roserade here. I take 20 damage, 10 for the attack, and then 10 for. So he's setting it up here where if he could possibly get himself to a position where he could get a double knockout, where since I can't retreat, and he could do Dragon Rush and then I die from the poison knockout as well that turn, then he has a shot. Because he could Dragon Rush because the Glaceon isn't active, so it would the Dragon Rush would do 80 damage to a Claydol. So he does need to find the pieces for that. He would need 3 energies as of now and the level X, or a DCE energy gain level. So he needs 3 cards potentially. I judged him here. I will be controlling his top deck as well. So I'm just kind of hoping he doesn't find those pieces to find the Dragon Rush for the game. So I judge him here. I could control his top deck. Unfortunately, I can't attack because this deck doesn't play Psychic Energy, and his Morning Sun attack needs a Psychic and a DCE. So this Espeon is literally a dead card in the active, just waiting to die from poison. So I attempt to use Cosmic Power 1. He allows it. So I'm going to go ahead and Cosmic 2. See if he allows it or not. He does. So I'm kind of using the Cosmics first to see if he has a spray or not. So then using 2 abilities, and then finally the second sight. He allows me to use it, so telling me he doesn't have a spray. So his top decks are Ampabomb. I give him the Unknown G, and so that's a dead card, right? He doesn't really need that. But again, he gets to keep his hand of 4 because I can't discard a card from his hand because I'm not attacking with the Glaceon. And not to mention, he has access to Pokemon powers again. So an Uxie can just let him see a bunch of cards as well. So I'm kind of fucked here. So I just pass. I take the 10 damage from poison. Most likely he's just trying to find energy attachments onto that Garchomp on his bench that's kind of glared out. He's going to attach the G to the active. Again, he needs to start getting energies on that, or an energy gain as well. And then he's in business. Because this Roserade is living for a while. Because I can't damage, I can't attack it, I can't damage it, I can't put pressure. So he does have the DCE onto that Garchomp, which is massive. And he's just going to Poison Bind. I go to 50. So I have 100 HP on this active. So he has several turns to set up here and find the exact pieces he needs. So I'm not sure how many judges I played. I think I played 2 or 3. So my best option is to, like, the turn before that I'm gonna die is I have to judge and just hope that he can't find those pieces, because he can't level up until the turn that he's going to do that double knockout. So I have to judge and just minimize his odds of not drawing the level X off of that judge. So I'm just setting up my board here. It's kind of irrelevant. Thinning out cards from my deck. I use the second sight, so he allows me to use it. Amp-a-Bomb via Seeker, call energy. I don't know why I gave him the call energy. I should have just gave him the Amp-a-Bomb. Looking back to, that was really bad, because like Amp-a-Bomb is just completely dead, and even if he did bench it, like I don't know why I would be scared of a tail code. If he tailcoded, he's not poison binding, so I don't know. Giving him the energy just allowed him to do the Dragon Rush play as well. So he just poison binds. I take the 20 damage. I go to, so this is, he already has it. He needs the Garchomp level X in hand here. That's not a judge. So if he has it in hand here, he just wins the game. I evolve into a Glaceon. Yeah, giving him the call energy off of that second sight was just actually just really bad. Because he would have needed at least a gain energy to find as well. So I just pass. Oh, I'm in a second sight. Definitely giving him the Amp-a-Bomb here. I don't want to give him the Uxie. And then I pass. I go to 90 damage. So this is the turn where he does it. He's going to retreat into the Garchomp level X. He's going to evolve it up to the level X. And then use Dragon Rush to kill my Claydol. And then the poison does I'm at 100 on the active Espeon, taking his last 2 prizes. That was a very smart play on his part. And just I played it very poorly. That promotion after that double knockout turn that he had. Well, after he took the knockout from the belted Glaceon, I should have never promoted the Espeon, and also I should have never gave him the call energy off of that second sight. So 2 misplays right there that I know of for sure. But again, he played it very well. He knew exactly what to do. Poison was huge in this matchup. It puts a tremendous amount of pressure. He probably knows that I can't afford to retreat the Glaceon, giving him access to powers and stuff. So very well played from Danny here. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. That actually eliminated my Glaceon deck from the tournament. 0-2 start. But I just wanted to give you guys like some matchups. I will be recording all my matchups in all the tournaments we do in our Discord. But I'll post the Discord link as well in the description below. Please join our Discord if you guys are looking to get some old format games in. We do some tournaments. We actually give out prizes as well. All the tournaments are free to enter. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and join our Discord if you can. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.